Alright guys, so here is the tour that I took of the Sea Life Aquarium, which was one of my favorite aquariums of all time. If you didn't know, it's actually inside a giant mall. This is the lobby area that you come into when you first enter. The portholes look into their biggest tank. This was one of the first exhibits that you encounter, but it was honestly one of my favorites. Minnie, I can hear your tippy tappies. Stop it. Now, any kind of puffer has always been a favorite of mine just because they can be so personable. But I really love the colors on this maroon red fish, as well as the electric blue at the beginning. Now, this fish was actually really hard for me to catch on camera because he was being really shy, and I don't actually know what it is, but it was one of my favorites, so if you know, please leave it down in the comments for me. Now, this big tank is really what the whole aquarium is built around, but more on that later. One of the first things that really caught my eye walking in and peeking through the porthole into this big tank was this zebra shark. Named because it has stripes when it's a juvenile, definitely not because of the spots that you see now. Anyway, this is me entering into my first view of the walk around path that winds through the aquarium. All of the aesthetics were so amazing in the exhibits and outside of them. I got really close to the zebra shark here, as well as that giant grouper, which is another one of my favorites. Now, I'm actually not a big jellyfish fan. Bad experience at the beach. But even I have to admit that this exhibit looks really cool. It's such a unique view going through the tunnel and having the sharks and stingrays and other large fish swim directly overhead. What I really noticed is all the fish seem so happy and just chill to be in this environment. I'm really close to this fish here. He can obviously see me and you can see his eyes watching me, but he's just not concerned, you know? He's just living his best fish life. It's hard to tell on video, but these stingrays and sharks were much bigger than they seem. I love lionfish too. They've always been on my dream list if I ever decided to keep a saltwater tank. Isn't this eel adorable, you guys? Now, they had a lot of species of turtle also. I'm not as familiar with identifying different species of turtle as I am with fish. But this tortoise was so fast, this video is not sped up at all, he was moving it, you know, for a tortoise. Now, this was one of my favorite tanks of the whole aquarium, you guys. I had to ask the keepers just to make sure because I thought these looked like mollies, but they were the biggest mollies I have ever seen. I'm gonna try and show you by putting my hand up, but these fish, they reached 5, maybe 6 inches. By far the biggest mollies I've ever seen. I'm sure in the future I'll show you guys my molly fry, which are balloon belly mollies, and they are nothing like these, but I love them too. This sea turtle was really cool, you guys. It was actually a rescue that was hit by a boat, so if you can see, there's actually a prosthetic on the back of its shell to help keep it balanced in the water. I can't recognize what this fish is either, so if you guys know, then please let me know too, because I really love the colors on it. I think this was their feeding tank, but we didn't actually get to see them feed while we were there. still it gives a really cool perspective. Now these are the seahorses that the aquarium is most well known for breeding, but you'll see more of them later too. I love the scape of this tank, just the simplistic plants, really, really neat. Here are some more of those giant mollies. You can kind of see their size a little better here, but keep in mind that they were not right up next to the glass, so my hand is still pretty far away, and they're almost the length of my hand. They had a bunch of different varieties in this tank too. Now this is a panther grouper, one of the top fish on my dream list of fish to keep. I just love their polka dots. I had to brag just a little bit on how many animals this aquarium was able to breed. Now this is something really cool, you guys. I actually got to go behind the scenes of this aquarium. They let us look at their life support room that had all their filtration that supported these tanks and these fish. And what you see on the table are actually the molts of some of the crabs that they keep, so they're not dead. They're actually what the crabs shed off when they grow. And this was the place where they prepared the fish food that was actually restaurant grade. And these are some of the baby seahorses from the seahorses that they breed right here at the aquarium. They were so cute, you guys. And this was just the healthcare room, or in the temporary holding tanks and things like that. This was the coolest part to me. I actually got to walk around on a catwalk above their biggest aquarium. Here are the stats of the tank in case you were curious. It's over 100,000 gallons. It was so cool, you guys. The fish that had all these gallons of water to swim in actually came right up to the surface so we could see them really well. Even the sharks and the rays, everything. After we left the aquarium, as I mentioned, it was in a huge mall. And there was a Bass Pro Shops at the other end of the mall, so I had to stop in just to see their one big tank too. It was really interesting going from seeing all the saltwater aquariums to seeing this naturalistic freshwater tank. It's also hard to tell on video, but these fish were also huge, you guys. Look at the size of that catfish. Now, I'm definitely not a gar person, but I think they're really beautiful. I'm just afraid to keep them. This was a really beautiful example of a gar. And that was pretty much it for my visit to Sea Life Aquarium in Concord. As I said, it was incredibly friendly with great staff and great exhibits, and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my favorite aquariums of all time, and I can't wait to go back. Well, that is all that I have for you guys this week. Oh, hi Minnie. Hi. I really enjoyed my trip, and I hope that you guys did too. Please like this video and drop me a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. It would really mean the world to me. Also, come back next week because I might just update on some of my other aquariums. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Say bye, Manfred.